Okay, little wonky.
Oh,
Can you see my screen?
playing Warfarin.
Yeah. One thing I find funny, this is a pre-part to the video, is I typed in Path of Exile. I don't know if you noticed this, but it says PoE 2 $30, Path of Exile free, which is it is legally accurate.
Free for me.
It's free for you because you spent
I already paid.
you've spent $480 million on Path of Exile, which is why
Correct.
you're here. So this video, I didn't tell you what it's about. What we're gonna do is we're gonna look at Steam reviews for Path of Exile 2 until your pizza's done, and then you can go eat your pizza.
So these are Steam reviews for people that have played PoE 2 specifically.
Yes, Path of Exile 2 Steam reviews.
47,000 reviews.
I know. It's a lot. There's 72,000 reviews in total. 59,000 positive, 13,000 negative.
Good ratio.
Yeah, and it's marked as very positive. This one's from MattBot. There's him. Nerfing.
So you.
Yeah, it could be me. That's how I look like. Looks like a young Anderson Cooper. So nerfing builds during EA is understandable. Nerfing them into the ground without enabling us to respec for a fraction of the cost is not understandable. Respect my time, devs.
Okay, so this guy's dumb. Just don't play.
Okay,
Early access.
that's you. So your take is
Very
to
simple answer.
is to just not play. If at any point in time you think that something's gonna get affected that you want, just don't play.
Yeah, either don't play or make a new character and suck it up, like you're beta testing.
Yeah, he's a beta or the game's beta testing.
Sure.
Are you into masochism? Then this game is exactly for you. Everything
Says
that
the guy with 60 hours during the review and then 120 since then.
Oh, you could see that?
For a
Where's
game
it,
that's
Oh, I see.
not
Okay.
recommended.
He didn't recommend it, but he played an extra 60 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
In a week.
Yeah. In
So
that 1 week.
He had been logged on for like 6 days total.
Yeah. So since December 12th. So it was that's a lot of time.
Game was on the entire time. Don't play this game unless you're a masochist.
To be fair, he did write would give it a neutral, but it doesn't allow that, so it's currently negative.
Yeah, so anyone complaining about things getting nerfed is like, what are you doing?
Wait, what? This one's a negative review. It says this game is the best thing that has ever happened to this world.
Dish, cooking.
Don't make my mistake. Don't pay to beta test their stuff.
Yeah, see, that's fair. That's a fair review.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't know. Maybe he's never done an early access before, you know?
It's true. It's possible.
You know, the cast on crit thing, what was it?
Cast
That
on
was
free
probably
shock,
like-
whatever. Yeah.
Sure, right, like, just getting rid of the interaction, I feel like, is not cool, but, like, you gotta expect.
Yeah.
Because didn't they do the same thing with, like, grenade?
They nerfed the
about
damage
that?
by, I want to say, 30 or 40%. Yeah. They nerfed the cast on damage. Well, they made it so it went from casting 20 times on a white pack to 0 times on a white pack, kind of.
Yeah, so they, like, basically removed the interaction.
Yeah, it's based off the energy is scaling based off the rarity of the mob. So the more, if you're fighting a rare or unique, it's much more frequent procs. But you could equally just transition that same cast on setup to a cast on minion death that wasn't touched, or a cast on crit that wasn't touched, and it would operate effectively the same way. I guess most of their complaints are tied to the fact that rectifying their build in reaction to that change, it would just cost a ton of gold. Yeah.
Hoard a bunch of gold and don't spend it.
Just keep a 50k buffer on deck for the next patch at all times.
Yeah, that's fair. You learned something.
Yeah.
Feels like it's 1998 again, and I'm playing Diablo.
Yep. It's true.
Yeah. Classic Diablo ladder reset when the toilet fucking exploded and like flooded my house.
Path of Crashes.
I will
There
never
we go.
forget.
That's what I want to see. One word reviews. TLDR. Wait
He is
for
not
at least a few
wrong.
patches. TLDR.
That's why I stopped playing.
'Cause
My
the
game crashed too much.
Yeah.
I couldn't get through Act 1. I had like a bunch of lag, and then my game kept crashing. I'm like, it's not worth it.
He said that his SSD and his sound card have been reported damaged by the result of the game freezing up on his computer, forcing it to power cycle.
That seems a little excessive. I did see that somebody posted like their GPU like bricked. I don't know enough to comment on that.
You can't leave a review on his review?
Because like I have a old computer now at this point, so if anything broke on it, I can't say if it was Path or not.
That's true.
So who's to say that maybe his stuff was out the door anyway, and he just kind of overloaded it.
Hold on. Okay, so what is the Russian guy saying? How I 34 fucked up jerking off the fucking buttons.
Ready for that.
Do you like to jerk off buttons? Come here for you. Will I continue to jerk off the buttons? Of course. I've been playing games that I hate for 10 years.
I love how the Russian translation of course is still like...
Of course.
It has a fucking accent.
Oh, fuck. God bless.
I've been playing games I hate for 10 years.
Funny. Oh, I can't click it here?
That's a good review. 1 minute on the pizza.
The pizza?
That was amazing. Yeah, it just went beep.
Go get your pizza and come back.
I gotta take it out in 1 minute and then I'll come back real quick.
What kind of pizza is it?
Like a second. Freschetta pepperoni. Yeah, freschetta.
This one?
The 20% off one at Acme. Also, what isn't Acme a fucking tool store? No, that's the gluten-free one.
Ace is not the gluten-free one.
Oh, that's Brick Oven. But yeah, that's the brand. Yeah, if you ever want like a really bready fucking frozen pizza, this is your brand.
There you go. That thing. Kitchen Fresh Pizza.
Yeah, I got it for $5, not $12. All right, I have returned.
That was fast.
Well, it's not hard to take a pizza out of the oven, Lighty.
I don't know. What is this emote?
I was mentally prepared for it the whole time.
Never glad.
I am angry.
What is never glad?
Dude, I can't explain that.
This guy?
You know Nassar?
Like
no,
Sarkon?
Not the Nebuchadnezzar.
Is it? It's not him.
Lawrence Fishburne.
This
not
guy.
Flish.
It's like a band from a death grind band from Pittsburgh.
No, that's Poland.
Him. That's Poland?
Is Pittsburgh a city in Poland?
It's all in English.
Show that on a Christian YouTube channel.
But that? It's fine.
Editor, can you put in 16-bit Last Christmas Wham?
So my mate Johan, bless his gaming incompetence, hands me Path of Exile 2 like it's some divine gift, right? Imagine getting excited to play together, and then bam, the character customization screen is smoother than a dolphin's backside. But then the gaming starts. The network decides I have a seizure with 2000 MS ping. It's like trying to play chess during an earthquake. Completely mental.
Okay. So this guy is the friend that you convinced to play PoE 2 after playing like PoE 1 for years.
Yeah.
Finally
this one's different. And I've had like a lot of people have hit me up who are like friends that are like, I fucking hate, like they've hated PoE 1. They're like, yeah, so I've heard this one's better to play. And then I'm like, yeah, it might be, but I wouldn't say spend $30 on it at the moment. You could just wait till it's fully out. That's been like my pretty much take. Like it's definitely like I'm having fun, but maybe save your $30 for the moment. Path of Exile 2 is basically Diablo 4's clever cousin who became a philosophy major, can quote Nietzsche at dinner, but can't figure out how to use a washing machine. Intelligent, absolutely. Attractive, absolutely.
Yeah, I would say that's kind of correct because like. You are doing a lot of fucking walking.
I'm just so tired. I'm tired of being one-shot. I'm tired of trash mobs being so tanky that fighting them turns into tedium.
Grandpa.
I'm tired.
I'm tired of digging holes.
I'm always too weak to do anything. Bosses take forever and one-shot you. No movement skills. Slow.
I don't understand like the people having a hard time with the game. Because I didn't think it was like difficult. There's just like things that would happen. You would just... It didn't matter what you did, you would die. But, like, you could just do it again.
Yeah, I mean, if a boss slams on the ground, you just move out of the way. That's the extent of PoE 2's combat, is you move out of the way, or you dodge. That's what the dodge roll is for. It's the most rudimentary Souls-like in history.
You're just getting impatient and greedy and punished for it.
Probably. Yeah, if they're just sitting there face tanking bosses, they're going to be dying for sure. This guy says they made a standalone client for Ruthless. Attack, evade, run back. Attack, evade, run back. So this guy should be coaching this guy. You know? He gets
this guy he gets it, but he doesn't like the game loop.
Yeah. Too boring and unrewarding.
Okay,
that's fair.
It's hard.
That seems fair.
Maybe he should ID more rare items. I said Diablo 4 had a perfect launch.
I don't think Diablo's ever had a perfect launch. I was there for Diablo 1.
I remember Diablo 3 like being notoriously bad.
Jackie and I took off. I say took off school. I think we just skipped school. and we sat there for, I want to say, 10 to 12 hours, just watching the error message as we tried to log in.
Yeah, what was like error fucking number 40 something.
Yep, and then we went, and then there was an earthquake also that weekend, and we were
perfect.
We were eating mashed potatoes and gravy and like roast chicken from like a deli we got, and like ham and stuff, and then we were just playing Diablo, just no-lifing. And then there was an earthquake, and we were like, "Did you feel that?" And I was like, "I don't know." And then we just kept going. Apparently, then everyone around us was freaking out. And we're like, "Well, we're grinding, you know."
You clearly have never been to California. I like that second review is just like, PoE machine don't work.
Doesn't work. Don't buy it yet. Wait, I requested refund. We'll purchase when they can provide a product that works.
Yeah, canceled my vacation. Worked a double. Once in my lifetime, just one. I would like an online ARPG to launch without issues. Yeah. Keep dreaming, buddy. Just so many negative Nancys.
Very bad. Do not buy.
You don't have to play the game. You don't like the game. You don't have to play it.
It's giving an error that I don't have access to early access.
157 hours. See, he's bad because he can't play the game. So I'll give him that.
Why is this a negative review? The game is fun. It's challenging. The mechanics of the bosses feel fun and engaging. Where's the...
Because he already killed all the bosses. He already beat the end game.
Well, you can't... He's an above-average gamer, so...
Too good.
I like that. That sentence is so good. I'm an above-average to good gamer with occasional bursts of high-skill gameplay.
Okay, so he peaked Silver 4 in League of Legends.
He's doing his best. I love that. I just imagine him in a Discord call with his friends. He's like, "Oh, hey, David, what's your meter at right now?" "Well, right now I'm above average, but I'm about to burst. Watch out."
About to enter the fucking flow state, bro.
He's gonna like fucking Crocodile Basket. He's gonna enter the zone.
Yeah.
A shinier version of everything wrong with PoE's basic design.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I'm not too far off of that.
That's it.
And to be fair, even this still puts it above 90% of other ARPGs I've played, you know. But it's like I'm not too far off of that.
So I'm like of the opinion that most games aren't even worth playing.
Yeah, there was they just had the Game Awards, and there was like they were interviewing just any Joe Schmo pretty much for all the different magazines, and someone was like, "What's your gaming hot take?" And this lady was like, "There's just too many fucking games. Like, there's way too many games coming out each year."
And unfortunately, most of them aren't worth playing.
Yeah, it does seem like... I remember when we, like... Back in my day, we used to, like, wait for the... You know, like, oh, what are the 3 games that are coming out this year that we could, like, look forward to? And now it's like, it seems like the quality has not gone up at all. It's just the quantity has skyrocketed.
We've had, like, Vampire Survivors.
Yeah.
The best thing to happen in gaming.
It's a good one, yeah. It's hard to make a genre. I feel like Vampire Survivors was a genre creator. Like, Balatro, I guess you could also say, is pretty massive for, like a game like that being as popular as it was, I think is pretty wild. Like, I love to see games like that. Because, you know, like, that, you know, Elden Ring is amazing, Baldur's Gate 3 is amazing, but seeing the dude in the garage make something that's, like, competing with the Titans is always so wild to see.
And he's still cranking out updates on that game.
D4 is a better game.
D4 is a better game. Objectively wrong.
D4 is a fun game. It's just it's like the biggest problem with Diablo 4 is similar to the biggest problem with PoE. The reason that Diablo 4 is so bad is because it's made by Blizzard and they're just beyond incompetent. And the reason that
made by Blizzard in 2020.
Yeah, it's true. It's past the Cosby Hotel era of Blizzard. And then you have Path of Exile 2's biggest problem is it's made by Grinding Gear Games, and then and they have an intense love-hate relationship with their player base, which is why you have so many negative reviews because a lot of these are like valid comments that if any other company like did nerf it, even in an EA state with no recompense, there would be like much more pushback. But inherently, I think there's just GG's given the pass quite often.
I don't like the whole developer versus player kind of bullshit. Yep. I think like emergent gameplay is what made like Path what it is.
Yeah.
And then they were like leaning into that for so long, and then suddenly like for some reason they're like, we gotta fuck the players.
Yeah,
like,
well,
I don't know what happened. Like
it's definitely exacerbated because there's like the ideology of looking at the top 0.1% of and then balancing around that is so apparent in Path of Exile. And it's so problematic. So it's also like a cyclical thing, because you've got some like small subset of people find the best build. That's not their fault. That's just what they found. Then they play it and advertise it. Other people try to emulate it, and by the time they get up to speed, it's getting nerfed, and then that feels bad. And it's like, how do you escape that cycle? It's like, well, it's hard to, don't manage the game around that very upper echelon of players if you're trying to attract a massively large audience, which is a big part of PoE 2's goal, is to attract a much wider audience.
And then you can just, they might be making like a crap ton of money in a map per hour as a 6-man group, but like solo strategies don't really get that crazy, and then you can do half of an end game like solo strategy in Path, just farming like Malkoon and making 10 divine an hour and shit like that. Like, there's so many things in like the regular Path, like PoE 1, where you're not like playing super optimally, but like you can
get by,
make money.
Yeah.
Like, and not bad money. You just have to actually be playing the game.
Yeah, but then the economic problem is you have all the like the everyday man strategies are priced beholden to the top percent. So like in a trade setting, you have things like whatever the best divination scarab is. And that gets to like 20 divines because the top 0.01% is using them for something that you can't even fathom, And so it's like you're priced out of that. So there's a lot of like, I'd love to engage with this, but it's simply financially not remotely worth it. Fair. Which is like the same thing with the bossing. It's like there's 50 bosses in PoE 1 and 2 of them are financially viable because it's never worth it to run it yourself. It's always just more economical to sell it. So then you just never get to experience
sell it, and then that person's going to sell portals to that boss.
Yeah, so I don't like that. I don't like that whole thing where it's like people are adverse to running content because it's financially not beneficial, which is such a large chunk of Path of Exile's content.
It's very dumb.
Yep. I'm not sure what the answer is. I don't pretend to know the answer, but it just feels bad and looks bad. Where it's like, I have never run a Maven. I've played 5,000 hours because I don't want to spend 3 divines losing a Maven, and I'd rather not try to learn the fight. So I'm just selling it. It's like, that's a bummer.
Like we did not have that problem 5 years ago.
No,
because you didn't even need to kill bosses in map, so your character could just be a dedicated map farmer. There wasn't bosses to kill.
Yeah,
you could kill Shaper and Itziri, but I mean Shaper was so piss easy you could do it on like, I feel like you could do it with like a fucking 4-lamp fireball, dude.
Not sure at the end, like the locking behind so many of the high tier items behind bosses at atrocious rates, like Nimbus at a 0.5 off of a boss that is financially irresponsible to run.
They lost the plot on that.
It seems like a lot of these reviews that are the positive were occurring during the waiting period, 3 hours before the game launched.
Oh no. Hours before the 3-hour delay.
You have the pros are fast intro screen, easily readable fonts, nice drop down menu, cons no access to the game. Conclusion still better than D4. There's a couple of those. Unexpected error disconnected, still have more fun than D4. A large portion of people's reviews are in relation to Diablo 4. Like that comparison is allowed and fine by like this chunk of people, but if you were to compare it to PoE 1, that'd be like taboo. Like, you can't compare Path 1 to Path 2.
Game, you're not allowed.
Yeah, but then like you can compare Path of Exile 2 just to Diablo 4. Like that is the only,
Shit, it ain't Diablo 4. Looks good, feels good, has good mouthfeel.
Things to do before playing PoE 2. Go grocery shopping.
So this is funny to me because during the during the wait period, I literally went out and like cleaned all the wire terminals on my car's battery.
Good.
Like, I've got a few vehicles. So I did that and like it still wasn't done. So I'm like, well, let me go bleed my brakes in my truck real quick. Like, I'm getting so much done. This is great.
There was a couple of people I spoke to, like as we were waiting in the launch thingy, and they were like, they were supposed to be getting home an hour after launch. And they were bummed out, and then they got home and they're like, "Oh, it hasn't started yet." Like, yeah. And they're like, "Wait, now I'm waiting. Now I'm just waiting with you." It's like, yeah, you've made it. Welcome. And then the top comment to his review. I do like that you can leave reviews. You can leave comments on reviews. Let the game die. Worst ARPG ever. That seems healthy. You played 0.1 hours. Typical GGG review. This game is great. Oh yeah, this was the exact same week that the Marvel Overwatch game came out. So they got hit. The Blizzard got the PoE 2 train, and then got the Marvel Rivals train.
Yeah, Marvel Rivals is it's actually free though. I haven't played it, but
I've heard really good things. Yeah, out of the login screens I've gotten stuck on, this one is the best.
This is amazing.
So much better than 300 APM ClickFrest with brain turned off. That was PoE Endgame 1. Will only get better from here.
Guy doesn't play PoE 1. If you're clicking in PoE 1, you're doing it wrong.
It's true. You got it boils down to one button builds.
And one button or zero button builds, and your filter is
showing nothing. Yeah, it's showing nothing. That's the true endgame of PoE 1. Is 99% of loot is hidden. I will say that's probably one of the more refreshing things about PoE 2 is you really don't need a loot filter. Like I have one, I think it's the basic one NeverSync put out.
NeverSync one that highlights.
Just highlights. That's all. Yeah, that's fine. Like
doesn't remove anything.
To be fair, that probably should have just been a base feature in the game. Is just to have like whatever he made is as perfect as a filter as you could really want. Because I've done, even in mapping in PoE 2, it's not like more stuff is dropping, it's just the stuff that does drop becomes more magic and more rare more often. So it's like you kill a rare and it's going to drop maybe 4 or 5 items, of which 2 are currency.
Like,
so
rarity upgrades the loot like more consistently, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like how rarity operated in Archnem, where it was like turning currency up tiers. So like that aspect of PoE 2 I think is amazing, where it's like, you don't have to, you're not clicking 1,000 times. I told my wife I was playing PoE 2 today. She said she was filing for divorce. Now I don't have a wife, and PoE 2 won't start. At least we can agree that Diablo 4 is terrible.
Yeah.
That's good.
I mean, I see it, because, like, what, Diablo 4 was $60? Or was it $70?
I didn't have to pay for mine. Blizzard just sent me one. But I want to say it's $70. Because I think all AAA games are $70 or $60. And then the expansion for $40 was comically undercooked. Yeah, I mean, if that's your point of comparison, $30 for early access PoE 2 is definitely more economical.
Way more value.
But I would probably recommend just playing Last Epic for $30 instead of both of those things as of right now. But you can also buy Last Epic and PoE 2 for the price of Diablo 4. And then it's definitely better. That's way better value. Yeah. And you can play Torchlight Infinite for free. And that's also better than Diablo 4 in my opinion. What do we got here?
Oh God.
Oh, that's George Floyd.
It's Saint George Floyd.
I didn't know there was ASCII art George Floyd. That's good. Yeah, it seems like
pause button.
Pause button's great.
Yeah, look. The first mention of pause button in like 500 reviews.
Should I cycle them by Russian?
I hate his friends or his coworkers or something.
Oh, it's a sloth. Imagine having sex with Chronomancer and right after you nut, she uses temporal rift on you and make you do it again.
Okay,
after she uses time snap to refresh her cooldown, uses temporal rift on you again. And right after you're about to nut the third time, she uses time freeze on you and edges you like crazy.
His hours played needs to go up a little bit. Oh, I want to send you something, Lighty.
Oh boy.
So I can never play Path 1 again.
What the fuck is stun threshold? That's the positive review.
This is why I can never play Path of Exile 1 again.
Your playtime is at 69.6.
If you were on the spectrum, you'll love it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Alright, my pizza should be sufficiently cooled off now.
I think we've done enough here. I'm addicted. Cosmetics is life.
I remembered, I don't have to cut the pizza. I can just eat a whole pizza.
I would like half of the ones we looked at that are positive just kind of look like they're negative and vice versa.
Yeah, it is like all the positive ones that are legit are like, it's not Diablo 4.
It's
all
true.
The negative ones are, I played this game for 40 hours and they deleted my build.
A lot of that.
It's like a good summary. George Floyd, ASCII art.
Oh, one less Russian. I'm not sure what the hell this is. This could be
like good and then bad.
This doesn't eat one. This doesn't eat one.
There's like a cultural barrier there.